That time of year. Kids have been in school long enough that they've started to have tests and they're getting back scores from their tests, and some of them going, oh man, I thought I knew that stuff so much better. Even worse, it's the time of year of standardized tests, and soon you'll be getting back PSAT scores and students will be saying, oh, but I thought I was so much smarter than that. Do you have a student who's really bright, really academic, but kind of underperforms on tests in or out of school? Are you a person who's really bright and really academic, but you always underperformed on tests and you wondered what that was all about? Well, the good news is there's a lot to know about this. There's a lot to say about this. First of all, underperformance on tests. These are not issues of character. These are issues of chemistry, neurochemistry. And I'm going to share with you a little bit about this, a little now and a lot more next week when I join y'all. To begin with, this is something called the Yerkes-Dodson curve. You can look it up. Across the bottom, stress, technically, physiological arousal. Let me see if I can spell that word right. And here on the y-axis, performance. Low performance, higher performance, optimal performance. Low stress, some stress, too much stress. Here's how this works. When there's no stress, typically there's no performance. But somewhere in the middle, there's butterflies. We're excited, we're a little nervous, but it's good. And we perform at our best. And over here, things start to fall apart a bit. Here's the deal. Some people have a curve that's more like this. They only need a little bit of pressure to really be at their best. Other people need a whole lot more pressure to be at their best. For people who have test anxiety, very typically they have a curve that's just more like this. They only need a little bit of oomph to do their best. And again, these are issues that are rooted in neurochemistry. There's something called the COMT gene, the catecholomethyltransferase genes, please don't make me spell that I'll talk about next week, that actually regulates how the prefrontal cortex, with all those executive functions of planning, problem, decision-making, working memory, things that are kind of important on tests, this gene regulates how our prefrontal cortex metabolizes neurotransmitters that are necessary to do our best. There's a lot to say. I'll be sharing it with you next week of what your kids can do, what you can do, what we as educators can do to help all kids, do their best wherever they are.